He's a crazy actor. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't help myself. Yeah, I'm sorry, yes. Mark Adams behind the camera, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Brilliant, brilliant. I have 2 of his movies right here.
Hey, there's like 4 of them on there.
4 of them, yeah. Excellent filmmaker, by the way, and that's the truth from me to you. I'm sorry, Mark. I can't control myself.
You talked in the car about what your first film was. What was the first film, and what do you remember about doing that?
The first film I did was called Pretty Boy Floyd. It was a film made for television. And this is narcissistic, but the first thing I remember about that was we shot in this Grand Master in the back lot of Universal. It's a big fight scene. And after they said cut, we got an ovation from the crew and from the rest of the cast and everybody sitting around. And this is the first time I've been on a set or anything really. And I thought this happened all the time. You did a scene, you got applause. It didn't happen again until 3 years later. So, you know, but that's my first remembrances of that. But that, you know what struck me though was that everybody treated me very, very nice. Called me sir and Mr. Estevez, and you know, so it was. And when I saw the film, what struck me about, because I'd been a stage actor for 10 years, I thought film was, you know, phony, you know. But when I saw myself in a close-up and I realized what you can say with just a look, just a turn of the head, a wink of the eye, just a frown or a smile, it speaks volumes. That in stage, you know, it takes you so much more to do. And it was that moment really that I fell in love with film, that I appreciated it for the art form that it is. Yeah.
Great. What would you say is your favorite role that you've done so far? So many. I mean, do you have a favorite role? Or?
I think a film, hopefully it's coming out around Christmas time, called Jumping for Joy. And I play Frank Layden, who is, I play the Frank Layden, who is a real-life character, who used to coach the Utah Jazz. And this is when he was thrown out as a high school basketball coach because he brought the first female into the varsity team, and of course he found another job with the Utah Jazz. But it was very rewarding playing that character, and there were certain restrictions and a lot of discipline that I needed in playing that character. And I was very proud of myself, and I think that the film is cut well, it's directed well, and I think the final product is excellent. A lot of films, you know, you do a good job and you feel like you did the best that you could, but something happens in the editing or in the process, and it's just not what you had envisioned when you first got the script. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, there it is. I'm getting that sheen on my face again. Oh God! I'm sorry, Mark. I can't help myself. Okay. Yes.
Okay. So, how did you come about getting involved in this project?
I have a good friend by the name of Bobby Zadar, and Bobby Zadar, Maniac Cop and Tango and Cash, and I do not know how in the world he got in touch with this fellow named Chris Watson, who, like Mark, is a movie maker here in Kansas and in Missouri. And I don't know how my friend Bobby got a hold of me, but he said, man, he said, these guys are making art down here. They're making dynamite films. He said, come on down and work with these kids and see what they're doing. And I had just finished a gig, and I think it was like 2 days, and I had to be there. And so it was like the timing was perfect. I came down, and Chris was marvelous. Mark is marvelous. And Kansas is a great place. I'm from Ohio. Reminds me of Ohio. So that's how I got involved here. But, you know, I've worked in 46 of the 50 states, and there's really innovative, unique, sometimes brilliant filmmakers all over this country. And to be a filmmaker like yourself, you know, Mark, you don't have to be in Hollywood. I pretty much have to be there because, you know, when you're looking for actors, that's where you mostly go, you know. But there's some unique stuff that is being created all over this country. And I've done a lot of them, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. I'm very proud to be a part of this film.
Well, I know you just finished completing the shooting scene, but what do you remember the most about shooting the scene?
That you were such a nice guy. That you are so really so easy to work with. That you hire an actor and you let him do what he is best at doing. You don't try to control that performance. You just let it go. And if there's something you don't like, you say 10 good things about me, and then you say, but there's one little thing that maybe you could try different. So it's you are my most favorite thing about this film. Really, you're quite a marvelous filmmaker. I don't know. It's very hard for us to stand outside of ourselves and appreciate our own selves and our own work. But I hope you do, you know, because you're very popular and you're very well respected in this area and in Hollywood. It's a shame that your films aren't as widely distributed as they should be, but they very well could be in the next couple of years, you know.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. What struck you about when you read the script? What did you think when you read it?
Yes, I thought it was unique. I thought there was a lot of almost double entendres, that the characters almost repeating the other lines, the other characters' lines, but with a total different intent. And I love the rhythm and the feel of it. And that these two characters that seem so benign, 14 pages later, lay dead on the floor, and there's a mass killer loose, and ghosts and goblins and boogeyman all over the place, you know, and it just happens so quietly, and it so happens so easily, and it guides you into the story so easily and so naturally, that there you are with all this carnage surrounding you, and there's no surprise. Well, of course, you know. So I appreciate it. It's very, and I don't know if you can say something with a supernatural script, but it was very natural, you know. The flow of it. I think that we were talking earlier that scripts have a rhythm, and I think you have a natural talent to find that rhythm and to work within that framework. Yeah.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you,
any final
sir.
thoughts?
Just watch for this Mark Adams, because he's a talent to be reckoned with, and God bless you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You did a great job, of course.